Hello everyone. Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment saying where you're from and when you watched. That way, YouTube will continue to show you stories like this. Now, let's get started. Asterisk, I lay still. On the floor of the empty room, breathing raggedly, my body heavy as if someone was pressing down on me. The broken pieces of mirror around me glowed dimly, casting a pale blue light on the ceiling. I wondered if breaking the mirror would really end the loop or just open another, more terrifying door. Everything was eerily silent. Even the sound of rain that always clung to the house had disappeared. The silence was not peaceful, but a deathly silence, like the calm before a real storm. I tried to sit up, but my mind was spinning, my vision blurred. Suddenly, a light knock sounded. Not from the door, not from the wall, but from deep inside my body. I held my chest, my heart pounding violently, each beat like a knock for help. I staggered to my feet, looking around the room. In the middle, where the mirror had been, there was now a small wooden door, engraved with symbols I had never seen before. It was slightly open, a red light shining out, and a murmuring sound rang out like 1,000 voices combined. I stepped forward, my hands shaking as I pushed the door open. Behind the door was a dark cellar, a staircase leading down to the depths. I slowly walked down, step by step, my heart heavy. The air below was thick. The musty and fishy smell made me suffocate. When I got there, I found myself standing in the middle of a giant cellar. The walls were hung with cracked mirrors, and in each mirror, I saw familiar faces. They were my previous husbands, those who had fallen into the same cycle as me. They screamed silently, their eyes desperately begging for release. In the middle of the cellar, Emily stood there. Her white dress had turned a dull grey, her hair falling down to cover half her face. She was no longer smiling, her dark eyes staring straight at me. "You think you can escape me?" Her voice echoed from everywhere, from the mirror, from the wall, from inside my head. I trembled, but tried to stay calm. I replied that I was no longer afraid, that I had seen the truth, and if the price for ending it all was my existence, I was ready. Emily tilted her head slightly, her crooked smile slowly returning. She raised her hand, and the entire cellar shook. The mirrors shattered, white light bursting out, shining straight at me. I screamed, my whole body aching, like hundreds of shards of glass piercing my flesh. But at the same time, I saw the other souls begin to dissolve, their faces softening, their eyes glowing before they dissolved into the light. They were freed. Emily screamed, her voice echoing through the space, filled with anger. She lunged forward, her cold hand grabbing my shoulder. I felt my soul being pulled, about to be sucked into nothingness. But I clenched my hand, remembering the words in the notebook, "Break the silence with your fear." I screamed one last time, gathering all my strength, admitting that the real fear was not Emily, but myself, the weak person who always ran away. I faced myself. At that moment, the red light in the basement suddenly went out, replaced by a pure white light that filled the room. Emily disappeared, turned into ashes, blended into the air. I fell to my knees, gasping for breath, tears welling up in my eyes, not knowing whether it was from pain or relief. The basement shook one last time, then collapsed. I woke up, finding myself in the middle of the familiar living room. Outside, the rain had stopped. The first rays of dawn shone through the window, illuminating the entire house. I sat up, my heart empty. No more Emily, no more mirror, no more whispers. But I knew, even though I had escaped a curse, a part of my soul had been taken away. Those memories would haunt me until I closed my eyes. I stepped out the door into the bright morning light. But my shadow stretched out on the ground was shaky and distorted. I suddenly realized that perhaps the loop never really ended, and perhaps one night, when the rain falls and the darkness returns, I will hear the whisper of my name again. Stay tuned for the next episode to find out if this nightmare really ends, or if it is just the beginning of a new loop.